Hello, everyone. Listen, before the show starts, I just want to say thank you so much for listening to my podcast. As always, folks, I don't make any money on this podcast. I do it because I love it. I enjoy it. So if you enjoy it, I would really appreciate it if you went and told some friends about it. Leave me a like and also review it in Apple and Spotify. If you leave a good review, it really helps with the algorithms. I don't know how any of that stuff works, but either way, I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And just as a disclaimer, I am in no way sponsored or endorsed by Vinnie Tortorich or the NSNG diet. I do this diet because I love it. It works for me, and because it has worked so well, I've become extremely passionate about the NSNG diet and all the information around it. And beyond that, to be honest with you, I've learned so much about LDL, HDL, cholesterol, and science, and overall nutrition that it's become quite a bit of a passion of mine, so I love to talk about it. If you're interested in this diet program and you want to learn more, by all means, listen to this episode. It'll really help you out, but honestly, you should really go check out Vinny's website where he has loads of in-depth information, and he also has links to his podcast, books, and his documentaries, which I recommend his documentaries. They are very, very good, and that's at vinnietortorich.com. So I recommend that, but please, by all means, listen to this episode. I think I did some justification and answered Tina's questions pretty well. So I hope you enjoy it. And again, please go visit his website for more information on the NSNG diet. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the show.
Just when you thought it was safe to go outside,
It's the all new. The all new.
The Rant with David King.
Welcome to The Rant. I am your host, David King. It is good to be here on this Tuesday, the 28th, with you. Special guest in the house. I'll introduce her here soon in a minute. Today we're talking health and fitness, a follow-up to the New Year, New You series from earlier this year. Some of you have heard about it, the NSNG diet from Vinnie Tortorich. We're going to talk about that. Got my blood work results back, and the alarm bells are going off, and my doctor thinks I'm going to die. No, I'll be all right. Seriously, though. So, as most of you know, at the beginning of the year, I went on before the beginning of the year, November, I went on a diet because I was overweight, out of shape, and my doctor was concerned about my overall health. Oh, and by the way, if this podcast sounds different, it's because we're out of studio today. We are in the House of Thread studio, which is pretty awesome. So there may be a slight reverb or echo. But anyway, so I went and got a physical done in November of last year. My blood pressure was high. My weight was high. My cholesterol was high. I didn't know much about cholesterol back then, but I know a little bit more now. We'll talk about that here in a minute. And my doctor told me that the blood work they had done was not good, and they wanted me to see if I could get my cholesterol reading and my weight down and come back in 6 months and do a follow-up. So we did that. And unfortunately, for my doctor, and here's the thing, and I'm going to talk about this in a minute, but here's the thing. My doctor told me, hey, we got to do a follow. You came in and do the blood work. You're going to come in and can we call you and do a over the phone, consult, or you can come in to get your results. And I said, well, if they're calling me and telling me I can do it over the phone, it's probably not a big deal. So I thought, okay, well, just call me. This will take 5 minutes. Tell me my cholesterol's down, my weight's down, and everything's good. My markers are good. I'm healthy. Have a nice day. Come see us in another year. Well, they called me up and then they tell me your cholesterol has actually doubled since we last saw you. what are you doing? And I'm like, well, I've been on a diet for 6 months and I've lost like 40 to 50 pounds and I feel great. And they're like, well, what diet are you doing? And I said, I'm doing an NSNG diet. They're like, what is that? And I'm like, no sugar, no grain. She's like, so like keto? And I was like, no. Well, kind of, but no. And so she's like, well, how much red meat are you eating? And I told her, I said, honestly, I don't eat that much more red meat now than I did before the diet. And so she's like, well, your body just must produce more cholesterol than normal. We really need to get you on a statin. And I'm 33 years old. And I'm like, you must be crazy. So just to give you guys an idea, my readings are, so my total cholesterol was 320 milligram. But here's the thing, the LDL cholesterol, the cholesterol that they say is bad, the stuff you're not supposed to have is 255. And then my HDLs was 65. My triglycerides are a little higher than I would probably expect at 167. I'd want to get those down probably, but that'll come down over time because there's no telling what my triglycerides were prior to this diet. It could have been just through the charts because I was so out of shape and out of weight. Exercise will bring that down. But 255 50 years ago would have been normal for LDL. 255 in the 60s and the 70s, people would have been like, yeah, you're healthy. That's a healthy cholesterol. But now my doctor is telling me if you have chest pains or sudden loss of breath, you need to go to the emergency room because you're having a heart attack. She was freaking out. And she wants, again, to put me on a statin. We're going to talk a little bit about statins. If you have not put that down on the list, we need to talk about statins. But that's it. And so am I worried? No. But here's the funny thing. It's so interesting because when I was on the phone with this doctor, I felt a sudden flow of anxiety come over me. Because even though I've been on this diet for 6 months and I've tried to reprogram my mind into a different way of thinking, there was still another part of me that was fighting me. Like, she's telling you you're going to die. And I'm like, oh my God, do I need to go on a statin? No. I'm fine. My HDLs are, even if my LDL was 400 or 500, I would not be concerned. There's no, and again, we'll talk about that some more too, but there's no study in the world that shows a correlation between heart disease, blockages, with high levels of cholesterol. There's just not. It's not out there. But they make you believe it is. And the reason is because of the statin industry. In the 80s, when they invented statins, everything started to change. That's all big pharma stuff. So that's the update. I feel great. I'm healthier. In fact, actually, I did a follow-up appointment with my chiropractor the same week. I told you my beats per minute were 90 beats per minute when I originally got checked. Right around the same time. So this worked. My heart is more efficient now, 70 beats per minute. My energy levels are up. I feel good. I've lost a lot of weight. Everything's great. So I know how I feel. I know how, if it doesn't make logical sense. If in fact I'm on a high risk for a heart attack and I need to go on a statin, why is my heart now more efficient? And here's another problem I have. And you guys a lot of people out there who are listening may experience this. If this is so serious, where you are literally freaking out and telling me, listen, if you have heart pain or shortness of breath and you go to the hospital and you're freaking out and want to really put me on a statin, why are you doing this over the phone? Why am I not being called in and saying, we need to see you physically because we want to check your blood pressure. We want to listen to your heart. We want to recheck up. We want to follow up and put our hands on you and really get an idea of what your body's doing. They had no idea. They didn't do that. They were like, no, just come on, just do it over the phone. It's no big deal. And for the record, just not to chase a rabbit, but my wife lost a friend to that sort of nonsense. During COVID, they said because of COVID restrictions coming to the doctors, she had a very sore throat. And they're like, we can just do it over the phone. And the doctor's like, you're fine. It's just a sore throat. No, she had strep and then it attacked her brain. She went into a coma and she died 6 months later. She died from strep throat because the doctor didn't have her come into the office. Welcome to medical treatment in America in 2022. If you think that these doctors care about you, I'm not going to say that every doctor doesn't care. There are doctors out there who are very good, very hands-on, who generally want to help you and want the best for you. But the reality is a lot of these doctors, they're not malevolent people, but they have bills to pay. And the fact of the matter is it's more lucrative to work with the pharmaceutical companies and go on trips and do speeches and push these statin pills than it is to try to bill insurance companies. We've broken the system. And it's unfortunate because we live in a time where the technology is so good. We're so much smarter. We have microscopes that can see things that we didn't even know existed. And we could cure things. We could actually cure diseases in this country, but we're not doing it. We'd rather give you a pill and say, go have a nice day. Here, take a Ozempic and lower your A1Cs and still continue to eat the way you do. Even though the Ozempic is probably going to give you some sort of organ failure, it's going to make you feel like crap, and it's only going to lower your A1Cs by like 0.1%. But here, take the pill. On that note, that rant, the opening rant, I want to introduce my friend, Tina Buck. She came to me the other day talking about carnivore diets and these diets, this diet, and she was really excited about it, and I love talking about it, and she thought it would be a great idea to come onto the show, and we could discuss it, answer some questions, because the questions that she had were quite a few, are very similar to the ones that I've answered for some of my wife's friends. Some of you don't know my wife's on this diet now. She's been on it for about a month and a half. She's lost over 15 pounds. She's not exercising. She walks for work, but that's about it. So say hello, Tina.
Hi, David. Thank you for having me.
I am glad you're here. I have been looking forward to this moment because since I got my blood work, I've been wanting to talk about it, but I didn't want to just do another NSNG podcast. I wanted somebody here who is either doing it, interested in doing it, has questions, and we could really make a nice long format out of it. So I'm glad you're here.
Well, thank you. And like you were just going off on your rant, like my husband says, medical is a practice.
Correct.
And you're absolutely right. What one doctor says, the other one says, oh no, you have to be filled with drugs and whatever. But
Well, and the funny thing about it is I told my chiropractor about what I experienced with that follow-up, and he kind of smirked, and he's like, well, did you tell her what you've learned about cholesterol and diet and fat and everything? And I said, I didn't. I mean, who am I? I'm a guy who builds furniture for a living. Like, am I really going to convince a doctor to go back and, I mean, it should be her job to read the literature, but here I am being the one studying it and getting involved and maybe obsessing a little bit over it. And I told him, I was like, Doc, she did the phone consult. We did a FaceTime. She did it with a mask on.
oh my God.
I'm like, you could at least pull the mask down for the face. You're at your desk. There's nobody else there. And so that's the time I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to go find it. Like, I'm sure she's a sweet person. I don't want to talk ill about her, but at the end of the day, it's like, oh, okay, you're just another one of the take a statin, do that, and it's just not the right approach to that, especially if I'm not there physically. Check my heart. Now, she did recommend a Doppler reading of my heart. She's like, we can get you in for a heart scan to see if what percent of blockage you may have or not have. And I was like, okay. And I thought about it, and I'm like, no, I don't want it. And here's the reason why, because the fact of the matter is I've ate like garbage for the majority of my life. I'm 33. So if there is a blockage, it would have been because of the habits I had through my 20s. It's not going to be from what I've done now. It's not like I told the doctor, I was like, what do you want me to do? I eat meat and vegetables. Like, do you just want me to stop eating? This is just the way it is. Like, no, I'm not, like, there's not anything else I can do. We can go vegan. I'm not going to go vegan because we all know that vegan's not healthy. It's not sustainable. I have to supplement. I'm going to feel like crap. I'm not doing it. So, no. Yeah. But NSNG stands for, this is a diet from Vinny Tortorich. You can go to vinnytortorich.com. He has a downloadable PDF that you can go and read about. It's really, really detailed. It's a great PDF. I'll leave a link in the description to that. I will also leave a link to some other, I'll leave links to other things like recipes and whatnot, so you guys can follow up on that as well. I am the unofficial ambassador for NSNG in Atlanta. Vinny doesn't know it, but if he listens to this podcast today, he'll know now. So I'm a big fan of this. It's helped me a lot. And folks, listen, when I say it's helped me, a lot of people say, well, I do yoga or I meditate and it helps me. And you go, oh, okay. And that's fine. And it very well may, but like, you don't necessarily see the results. People have come up to me and went, dude, what are you doing? I had one lady, she was an older lady. little heavy set, sweet lady though. She goes, "You're exercising a lot, aren't you?" I'm like, "I don't exercise at all. I go on walks sometimes with my dogs. That's it." And she's like, "Really? What are you doing?" And I'm like, "How much time do you have?" So we'll talk about that here. Tina's got a bunch of questions because she's super excited about this diet. No sugar, no grain. And I'm going to try to answer them the best I can. I think we'll do a good job.
I hope so.
So you want to start us off there?
Well, you just answered one of my first questions. How did you hear about it? So it must have been through Vinny.
It was. So I heard about this diet actually quite a long time ago, probably early 2021 or 2020, on the Adam Carolla podcast. Vinny was on Adam Carolla's show talking about it, and he had been a guest several times. Like I heard kind of like, "Oh, it's this diet guy." Okay. Well, he started coming on, and I was like, it's funny when you hear something, it's almost like, you go, that makes sense. And when he started talking, and the thing is like, when I was in the Marine Corps, I was super big on diet and exercise because you had to be pretty much an athlete. And I was always looking into fad diets and what's healthy and what's not healthy. And I even did paleo in the Marine Corps for quite some time. And paleo is kind of like carnivore diet.
Okay.
But it's if it don't grow in nature, you can't eat it. So it's basically meat, vegetables, fruit, honey. And it worked. I felt really good on the diet. The problem at that time, that diet was like, it has to be, you can't go to the frozen food section. It has to be all fresh. And then so to follow it, it was very expensive. And also I was like 23 and just was like, I'll kind of follow it. But anyway, but like I heard what he was saying and I was like, this sort of makes sense. I like what this guy's saying. And I'm like, I really need to get myself together. But it's funny how when you hear those things without even really digging in and researching, it just sounds right. And after doing my research and really following up, he's not alone on this diet. This has been going on. He's been doing this since the 80s. Lots of doctors are coming around on this. This is not some sort of like conspiracy tinfoil hat thing anymore. It is becoming almost acceptable. It used to be in Vinny will tell you in the 90s and the 80s, if you told people about this diet, they'd say you're killing your patients. This is crazy. You're a murderer. But now people are like, you know what? We kind of got it wrong about cholesterol and fat, and maybe we need to actually start looking into this. So yeah, Adam Carolla. And if anybody wants a good podcast to listen to, Vinny does have a podcast. Just search Vinny Tortorich on Spotify or Apple. I think it's Eat Happy or not Eat Happy. It's like Put Life into Living or something like that. But he's got an NSNG podcast with Anna Vocino, and it's a good one. He has special guests. He'll get doctors on there. They'll talk about all that stuff. It's very, very good. So I recommend it. And he's kind of funny. He's a little raunchy, so he's a funny guy. It's a good podcast. So what's the next one, Tina?
How you got started. How do I get started? So I hate exercise. I've been on every diet probably out there. Mm-hmm. The last one, I lost 40 pounds, and now I've gained 40 pounds back.
Yeah. What diet did you do, by the way?
Optavia.
Optavia. Is that one of those kind of pre-packaged meal diets? Yeah, yes. I've talked about those. So, the funny thing about that, so let's talk really quickly about calories and why calorie in, calorie out doesn't work. So first and foremost, what we have to understand is weight loss is almost 100% hormonal. Okay. You produce two hormones primarily, which is cortisol and insulin. And those two things is what causes you to gain weight. One's from lack of sleep and stress, and insulin's obviously from high amounts of sugar and carbohydrates. And so you need to ask yourself, where's the fat at? That's the one way before you get started on this diet is where am I fat? Am I fat all over? Am I fat in my stomach? That could be telling you that this is really a hormonal issue. If you're fat primarily in your stomach only, it could be stress and lack of sleep causing it. It's probably your diet too. There's no doubt about it. But ask yourself, do I sleep well? Do I have a really stressful job? Do I, what am I doing? If these things are affecting me, then you need to find a way to right that ship too, because even if you do diet and exercise, you're not going to lose that weight very well. You're going to hit a plateau. But you lost 40 pounds and then the 40 pounds came back. That is the story of every American on every fad diet, because here's the reason why. So let's say your body wants to consume the amount of calories that you are consuming prior to that diet. So let's say you're on a 3,000 day calorie diet and you say, I need to lose 40 pounds. So I'm going to go down to 1,500 calories. Body's going to adjust to that. It's not going to like it. And this is another thing, long term, the reason why a lot of these diets fail is because when you reduce the calorie intake in your body, you start to feel really bad. Your body doesn't like it. That's why a lot of people have a hard time sustaining it. That's another reason why these diets aren't very sustainable, is because you start to feel bad. You don't feel good. So you go down to that 1,500 calorie a month or day, diet, and you lose the weight, everything's kosher. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to kind of keep track, but I'm just going to go back. Your body is going to go right back to saying, hey, I want 3,000 calories a month or a day. And so what's going to happen is it's going to release ghrelin, the hormone that tells you you're hungry. And so you're going to be hungry more throughout the day. You're going to have the desire to eat. So you'll eat and you'll say, well, I'll just have a little snack. And generally that snack is probably something very high in carbs and sugar. And then before you know it, the 40 pounds is right back.
Absolutely. And that's frustrating. And also I am menopause. So yeah. Add that to the mix and it's just.
So teenagers who are, going through puberty, and then women who are menopausal, this is a big deal. Now, NSNG has been known to regulate women's periods. Women who have abnormal periods, women who have, there was a woman, Anna Vocino, she's on Vinny's podcast, said that she would have periods that lasted 22 days, I think she said. Mm-hmm. And it was just horrible. And then she got on NSNG and it regulated her period to a normal time.
Well, on that note, one of my questions, is it safe for older people? Is it safe for like my 15-year-old?
Yeah. The thing about NSNG is it's safe for everybody, because it's really what it's safe for everybody. Everybody should be doing it. I want everybody to do it. I'm not going to force anyone to do it. That's my thing. It'd be great for Sydney, because the sooner she can start, she's young, and people who are young, God bless them, because you can bounce back. Even in your 30s like me, you can still bounce back and recover from things that you do to your body. They've actually done some studies with smokers who quit smoking in their early 20s, and maybe smoked when they were 18 or 19 or 20, and then they quit early enough that actually the body can kind of repair some of the damages caused from smoking if you quit soon enough. Same thing with some harder drugs. So your body's resilient, and this would be a fantastic thing for her to do. Now it'll be harder for her because she's a teenager, and teenagers have, self-control of a demon. They're like, I want it, I gotta have it. Yeah. And so it'll be hard it'll be really hard for her the first couple of weeks. But if she were to stick to it, that's the thing about NSNG is everybody goes, no sugar, no grain. That's tough. Like, I don't know if I could do that. That's the first thing everybody always tells me. I don't think I could do that. They're like, no sugar at all? Like, no, I can't have a cookie? I'm like, no, nothing. No pasta? What about my pie? I love my pasta. It's like, no pasta. Oh, you're killing me, man. This is horrible. It's like, listen, I'm not saying that you can never have pasta again. I'm saying for the first 30 to 60 days, we're going to go hard on this, because what we're going to do is we're going to reprogram your body. And it's going to be hard those first 2 weeks, but those cravings will start to subside because now your body's changing. That's the biggest thing. You're addicted. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to say it, but I'll say it for you. You're addicted to sugar and carbohydrates. It's like a drug. That's why nobody can stop eating candy bars. Right. That's why people can't put the sugary beverages down. You're just addicted to it. I was too. Mm-hmm. Listen, I had to have a piece of cake after every meal I had.
So do I.
Yeah, I had to have something sweet after I would eat a meal. I could have the healthiest meal, and I still wanted something sweet, and I had to have it: ice cream, cake, cookie, and it was there. Candy. I used to keep bags of candy in the house. I was addicted. It's a drug.
It is, definitely.
So, it's definitely safe for your daughter. It's very safe for the elderly.
Well, I was just talking to Buck about that this morning. I said, my dad is 84 years old.
Yeah.
And he loves steak or eggs and bacon. He makes it every morning.
And that's probably why he's 84.
And he's in great health. Mm-hmm. And he goes to the doctor, and the doctor says, we need to how do you feel? We need to get like you were talking about, getting your heart checked out. And he's like,
because his cholesterol's probably high.
Possibly. I don't even remember what it was. But he said, I'm not going to do anything you tell me to do because you're going to put me on something and that's going to kill me.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the statin really quick, since you brought it up. They want to put my dad's on 2 statins, and I'm trying to get him off of it. My dad's a recovering cancer patient. He lost a kidney to cancer. He has 2 major heart blockages. He has stents in his heart. He had the Widowmaker.
Oh, okay.
And he didn't know it. Thank God he had gotten cancer, because his follow-ups that he gets every year, they caught the heart condition. They said, something's up with your heart. We need to pull you over and take a look at it.
Wow. And
they found that his heart was like 95% blocked.
Oh my gosh.
So he's got 2 stents, and he's gone, I don't know if it's 2 stents. He's got several stents, and he's on 2 statins.
What is statin?
So a statin artificially prohibits your body from producing cholesterol.
Oh.
So most people don't know this, but LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, and for those who can't see, I'm doing the little bunny ears. Your body produces LDL. If you stopped consuming cholesterol 100%, like you had no cholesterol intake, your body will produce it on its own because it needs it. LDL is what moves nutrients through your organs and to your brain. So your body will go, okay, you're doing stuff with the brain. I need to get some nutrients up there. So it produces LDL, or takes LDL and moves it up there and uses it. It's basically a train.
Okay.
That moves things through your body. Mm-hmm. So what the problem with a statin is, statins prohibit you from producing LDL. And generally speaking, most doctors, when they prescribe you a statin, they say, we need to get you on a low cholesterol diet. So they cut out the meats and the fats. Mm. So now you're not producing cholesterol and you're not ingesting it. What ends up happening is it leads to a myriad of other diseases and infections, and your immune system depleting, because now there's nothing for your body to move things around. People who are on statins and low cholesterol diet tend to suffer from degenerative brain disease, Alzheimer's, dementia, because their brain cannot get the proper amount of nutrients. Wow. They'll feel funny. A lot of people say, man, I took a statin and I felt really weird. Yeah, it's because it's doing something you're not supposed to do. And I was listening to a doctor the other day. I don't have his name in front of me. Normally I would, but he basically laid out a statistic that statins, he's like, if you have a heart attack, your risk of death goes from 100, or he's like, you have a 90, it goes down by like 1% of chance of death each time you have a heart attack. So like, say you have a heart attack, you'll have a 98% survival rate. And then let's say a couple months later, you have another one, you'll go down to 96% survival rate. He's like, if we put you on a statin the moment you have a heart attack, it only will work for about 1 out of 100 people. And out of that one person, it will only give you on average a week's worth more of life. So if you're on if you're someone who's literally on the brink of dying from a heart attack because of blockages and stuff, the statin probably won't work for you. And if it does, it's only going to give you about a week to 2 weeks worth of additional life if your heart's that far gone.
That's crazy.
So you're now like in the 10th percentile or something. So statins are really, they do more harm than good. LDL is a good thing. You want your LDLs up. The reason why you want your LDL up is because, like I just said, it's the very thing that, of course, we're doing a podcast, and now all of a sudden I'm getting spammed. I'm going to put on Do Not Disturb. LDL moves the nutrients through your body naturally produces it. And here's a really fun fact, and we'll get to this in a little bit because we're going to talk about intermittent fasting. If you fast, let's say you don't eat for like 2 or 3 days, guess what happens? Your body starts to produce its own LDL. So even if you don't eat, your body will produce LDL. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And again, there's no study in the world that shows any correlation with heart disease and high cholesterol. They're very flimsy studies. It's very hard to do dietary studies because, you get these people in their 20s to do these studies. You have no idea what they ate. You don't know what their background is. Cause some of this stuff is just simply genetics. Your body's predisposition to put stuff in your heart versus somewhere else. You know what I mean? It's like, why is my face fat, but not the rest of my body? It's because your body's putting fat there. It's like, well, it's just genetics. Mm-hmm. But, it's very difficult to do a study that shows, but what we can see is over the last 20 or 30 years, we've been told eat less meat, eat less saturated fat, go on low fat diets. And we've seen that. So the percentage of people eating meat and fat has gone down, but there's been still a huge rise in heart disease. So what you're seeing is all the very thing that they're telling you not to do, everyone's doing it, but yet people are still, that heart disease is the number one killer in the United States.
It's making you sicker.
And look around you, everybody's a whale.
Oh yeah.
Not to be ugly, I'm not trying to be mean, but like we are fat. We are metabolically broken in this country. And yet everybody's like, yeah, no. You know, I don't eat fat. I'm low fat, I'm even low sugar. Like, oh, okay. What do you eat? You eat low sugar? Let me read the label. There's sugar in that. It's like, well, no. It's what's that leaf? It's the stevia. That's not sugar. Right. It's like, no, it's still sugar. Your liver doesn't know the difference.
But we just talked about Weight Watchers the other day, and not to, bash Weight Watchers, but what did you tell me?
So Weight Watchers has admitted that about 95 to 98% of their participants fail.
And what do? They promote low-fat everything.
Low-fat, calorie in, calorie out.
Yes.
They're fine with the 98% failure because they know that people can just come back and start it over again and they'll lose the weight, but then they'll eventually slip back and fall. You did the prepackaged food diet. It's the same thing. Oh,
I've done Weight Watchers. I've done low-fat. I even tried keto, but keto, again, with my body, whatever, I don't know if it's the dairy or something, but I could never get into ketosis.
So dietary ketosis is something you're going to want to try to get to in NSNG. That's the kind of the foundation of it. And basically you just want to be fat adaptive. The problem with keto is if you're doing keto, that's fine, but try and stay away from keto food.
Okay.
Because all that prepackaged stuff that you see in the store, it's like, it says keto.
Right.
There's no regulation on that. So if you read the label, you can turn around and it will literally say wheat flour as like one of the first or second ingredients or some sort of sweetener. And you're like, well, wait a minute. I'm not supposed to have wheat flour, but it's in this. And it says keto. It's because it's not regulated. There's no regulation on that stuff. You can do whatever you can put whatever you want in terms of that dietary stuff on a box. And the FDA is like, yeah, I don't even care.
Yeah.
But it's a manipulative and
you see keto and you think it's safe.
Oh yeah. You think, oh yeah, it's fine. It's good, but it's not.
Right.
So, and it's tough because a lot of people we have been seared into our brains. Fat is bad. Red meat is going to kill you. Limit that. Eat carbohydrates. More. You need to eat more wheat. You got to have so many servings of whole wheat, fiber. You need fiber. If you don't have fiber, you won't be able to go to the bathroom. If you don't have fiber, your digestive system's going to be all messed up and you're going to get sick. There's no proof of that. There's no science that shows fiber does any of that. In fact, there's more proof that fiber is more of a disruptor of your digestive system than a helper. This whole theory that it just scrubs your intestines out, like it's like a scrub brush going through and cleaning the walls. It's a lie. It causes inflammation of your digestive system. And it causes you're going to run to the bathroom and be miserable on fiber. You don't need fiber. You could literally cut out fiber tomorrow, never have another bit of it again, and you'd still go to the bathroom. You'd still be fine. In fact, you'd probably feel a lot better.
Right.
Your gut would not be as poofy. A lot of people think, well, I've lost all this weight, Dave, but I've got this poofy gut. And they're doing like Weight Watchers or the fad diet. And it's like, it's your gut health. You're eating too much. You're probably still eating too many carbohydrates. Cut that out. Get rid of the wheat, get rid of the fiber, and watch how flat your stomach gets.
Well, that's how I was interested because, of course, I've seen you do this I guess I've known you for a couple years now. But having you and you even told me the weight just melts off.
Yeah, it does.
And I'm like, well, gosh, don't I want that? But you're programmed, like you said, to do no fat and no meat. And so that's why it was very interesting. And then I'm, like you said, I think I have to reprogram the way I think.
Well, yeah. And my wife was like that. She's like, it's so weird to think that what I'm eating is good for me. She's got this big porterhouse steak and it's just laying in its own juices. And, and I've got some vegetables there for her and I've cooked it in butter and it's just delicious. And she's like, this just feels wrong.
It does feel wrong. Right.
But it's like, no, that's what you need to eat. And she's like, I feel so much better on this diet. And yet I'm eating all these things I've been told I'm not supposed to eat. And I'm like, yeah, it's because we've been lied to. They got it wrong and they don't want to admit it. It's like COVID. They got it wrong. They don't want to admit it. It's like, yeah, COVID was dangerous, but it wasn't dangerous for everybody. We could have hit this with a precision missile, but you guys decided to carpet bomb the country with regulation. And you don't want to turn back now because God forbid you made a mistake.
Right.
I can accept if you make a mistake. I can accept that the food pyramid was a lie and it was like really just there to subsidize farmers.
Right.
And it wasn't really there to help us. But they'll never admit it.
No.
And so you have to reprogram. You have to remember fat is good for you. Your body wants fat. Your body will burn fat. It converts fat into energy. And in fact, there's several studies where high fat diets lead to weight loss in and of themselves. You consume more fat, you lose more weight. This is what happens, and here's the thing. People get mad at me and they go, well, I like fruit. I have to have my fruit. It's like, you really don't.
No.
You're just addicted to the sugar in the fruit. One apple has 15 grams of sugar. That's not that much lower than a candy bar.
Wow.
In fact, I did the research. A banana has only 4 grams less than a Snickers bar of sugar. But it's natural sugar. It doesn't matter. So is cane sugar. Like white cane sugar is natural. It comes from cane, sugar cane. It comes from the earth. It's a natural sugar. And your body doesn't know the difference. That's the thing people don't realize is the xylitols and the stevias and all the artificial sweeteners. Your liver treats it the exact same way as white table sugar. You will gain weight. It'll make you addicted to sugar. It'll keep your cravings up. And a lot of times too, like the talls, we call them the talls. Those will cause serious digestive problems. Like you'll eat it and you'll have to go to the bathroom and just crap your brains out.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry for the
KOS. I've heard of the KOS because Zuclose or whatever, all these things.
Yeah. They just cause a lot of digestive issues. So you got to get back into the idea that fat is good for you. You're not going to eat saturated fat and it's just going to get stored in your arm. It doesn't work that way.
Okay.
It does not. It's not the way it works.
Okay. I'm nervous, but I'm excited at the same time.
Let me tell you what happens when you eat sugar real quick, because we're on this topic. When you eat fat, your body can process it relatively well, especially if you're fat adaptive. It'll convert it right into energy. No problem at all. Very easy for it to do. But when you're eating sugar, and the problem is people think, well, if I'm just eating fruit, that's not a big deal. It's like, okay, fair enough. It may not be, but that's not the only sugar you're getting in your diet. You don't realize how much of the food you eat has sugar in it, especially the processed food that's in the center of the grocery store. They put it in everything because they want your food to taste good and they want you to come back and buy that product. So they put some sort of sweetener in it, whether it's dextrose, corn syrup, white sugar, whatever. When you eat too much sugar, this is what's going to happen. Your body's going to take in that sugar and it's going to go, okay, I'm going to send a little bit to the kidneys. I'm going to send a little bit of that sugar to the brain. I'm going to give it to this organ, that organ. And then once it's done all of that, the liver's like, well, I got nowhere else to do with the sugar. I've got too much. And just so everybody knows, your body only needs about a teaspoon of sugar. And if you don't consume that sugar, it'll produce it itself.
Really?
It'll convert proteins into sugar if it doesn't get it. So people go, well, I got to have sugar, right? Doesn't sugar help brain? Your body can convert fat proteins into sugar for your brain. And then you only need about a teaspoon of it, like very, very small. And so think about that.
Yeah.
Think about how much you're consuming now. That scares the crap out of you now.
Absolutely.
So, oh my God, actually, like one donut is probably a week's worth of sugar, right? One Coca-Cola is probably 2 weeks worth of sugar for your body. So, okay. So you get that sugar in, it's gone to everything. Your body's like, well, what do I do? Well, now what it's going to do, it's going to turn it into fat. It's going to store it. It's like, okay, well, I can't use it, so much store it. So what it does is it turns it into a long strand triglyceride, which is a fat, and it's a complex fat. It's really hard for your body to take that long strand triglycerides are really hard for your body to convert back into energy. So it turns it into that, and then it stores it. Now, on my diet, anything that gets stored on my body, I can quickly come back around and burn it because I'm fat adaptive, right? I'm running off fat, like 99%. But if you're not, and the next day you're eating the same way you did the day before, your body's like, well, you've given me all this sugar. I can't do everything with it, and I have no reason to go into the reserves because I've got all this abundance. I'm just going to store more of that. Next thing you know, you're just getting fatter, bigger and bigger. And so that's why sugar is a huge, and also sugar is an inflammatory. Insulin production is what causes inflammation of the arteries. Insulin is the biggest culprit to heart disease, blockages. Yeah. It's the inflammation. Insulin. So your sugar is killing you. It really is. I hate to tell people that. They don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. And I'm not telling you don't have your cookie. You just need to limit how often you eat the things that you eat, and then get used to reading nutrition labels and reading, like, you think something's healthy for you, then you go, oh my God, I can't believe what they put in this. It's like,
Well, the sad thing is we don't want to tell ourselves that.
No.
Oh, well, maybe I'll just have that one donut. Or maybe I'll just have that one muffin. Oh, I love muffins. I'm a Dunkin' Donut girl.
I love Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts is my favorite place to stop in the morning for breakfast. It's like my triglyceride reading is like 167. It's like, yeah, it's because I ate Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast for like 4 years. I'm surprised I didn't keel over and die before.
Right,
so yeah, I've got a long way to go still, and I've been doing this for 6 months. So.
But you look great, and that's what I mean. I do. I want to just try to. You seem to have it be. It's like effortless for you. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Effortlessly
going through this process.
Yes. And that's what I need. That's what anybody wants. That's why you start these fad diets, because you're like, okay, all I have to do is just eat this package or, whatever. But and I've been looking a lot into the intermittent fasting. And one of the people that I follow, she said, your body will recover. Mm-hmm. So your body, like you're saying, it will recover on its own. Mm-hmm. But now you add the fats that you need, you're probably going to recover a lot faster.
Yeah. I mean, people don't realize just how resilient the body is. We've kind of dumbed it down to like, don't eat in the morning because your body doesn't necessarily, it's really strange that the hypothesis has come up, which is like, well, if you eat in the morning, you'll gain weight, or if you eat in the afternoon, you'll gain weight or something. It's always like your body doesn't know what to do. It's just giving you all these mixed signals. Like, no, your body's a lot smarter than you realize. But when you cut out the inflammatory foods, the carbohydrates and the sugars, and you're just giving your body fat, it's going to run like a well-oiled machine.
Oh, that's what I need for sure.
And it's not easy. Listen, it seems effortless for me, but I've been doing this since November, and I can tell you that first month was rough.
Really? As everything is when you're learning something new.
Well, but this is a chemical change in your body. This is a hormonal change in your body. This is your body really changing. So people go, yeah, it's tough. No, you don't understand. Like, you're coming off of you're going to have a week there where you're like, damn it, I really want a donut. And then you're going to see the donuts at the grocery store because, let's face it, the first thing you see when you walk into a grocery store is candy and chips and soda. Mm-hmm. They're hitting you right away from the get-go. And you know what I like to do? I like to look right at it, and I just like to laugh because I'm like, nope. And I laugh at the grocery store because I'm like, look at this place. Mm-hmm. No wonder why we're so broken. People are sick. They're dying. They're fat. They're obese. They're morbidly obese. They got cancer. Look at what they're putting right in front of you from the moment you enter the room. It'd be one thing if there was a bushel of apples right there, but it's not what's there. It's candy. It's Reese's Pieces. Yeah, or candy and cake and sugar, like Coke.
Right. 4th of July is around the corner. Let's have a bunch of cookies and cupcakes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you. So, it's going to be hard the first week or two. I'm going to tell anybody who starts this diet. Here's how you start. Because I think you asked me, how do I start?
How did you start and how do I start?
This is how you start. Cold turkey.
Okay.
30 days.
Okay.
I ask people to do 30 days. That's what Vinny asks people to do. I would rather you do 60 because I think you'll get better results if you go 60 days. And when I'm saying the timeline, I'm talking like strict NSNG. No carbs, no sugar, no grains, no nothing. No more pasta, no more bread. For 30 days. And that's how you start. And then, that first week's going to be hard. You're going to have cravings. Your body's not going to freak out. But what's going to happen is it's just going to say, hey, I want some sugar. I want pasta. I want pizza. It's going to tell you those things. And it's different for everybody else. You may start this and be fine. You may roll through those first 2 weeks and be like, I didn't have no cravings. Right. It wasn't, Kate was rough, man. She was like she was miserable to be around the first 2 weeks. Like, she just kept, I just want pizza. I just want this. I'm like, would you shut up? You're not helping me right now because now you're making me want pizza. Yeah. But now she's just fine.
Well, when you've been telling your body, I want the pizza, I want the bread, I want the pasta for so long, now your body's saying, okay, well, wait, you've been giving it to me, but I want it more.
Well, it's like a drug addict. I mean, think about it. You put cocaine in front of a cocaine addict, they're going to go, I want that cocaine.
Right.
Give it to me.
Right.
And you're just looking at them and go, but why? It's not good for you. It's
right.
Like, no. It's an addiction. It's all chemicals. It's all in your body. So the first couple of weeks you will have probably the cravings. Now you may go into what's called a keto flu.
Okay. I've heard of that.
It's keto flu. I didn't experience it. I think Kate may have had a slight bit of it, but she's never mentioned it to me.
What does it mean? I mean, what is the keto flu then?
So basically what happens is because your body is becoming fat adaptive and it's changing its chemical makeup to say, hey, I'm no longer running off of sugar and carbs. I'm now going into your fat storage. Okay. And that's a process that takes some time. It takes longer for others. It can make you feel a little sick. almost like flu-like symptoms where you feel a little tired and run down. And you feel a little kind of,
Okay.
But that generally lasts 4 or 5 days at most. And the severity of it is different for everybody. I don't think you're going to have a problem with it. I think the people that have that keto flu problem really bad are the really morbidly obese people.
Oh, okay.
The people who are really metabolically broken, type 2 diabetics, fatty liver disease, that sort of thing. They are going to experience those things probably far worse than you and I.
So that's typically in the first 2 weeks, you said?
Either the first or second week, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's gone, and then after that, you're fine. And it's not something that's going to come back if you cheat either. So don't worry about like, well, I went out and had Italian for my husband's birthday. Am I going to have a keto flu the next day? Like, no, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you're generally speaking with dietary ketosis, if you eat pasta or carbs and it takes you off of ketosis, it's about 48 hours or so to get back onto it.
Well, I'm going to be strict about this. Can I have dairy? That's one of my questions.
So dairy's good. If you're not lactose intolerant, you don't have a sensitivity to dairy, dairy's fine. Keep in mind that dairy does have lactose in it. There is some sugar in dairy that's just naturally in the milk. That's okay. Eat dairy like you normally would. If you have a glass of milk in the morning because it's something you like, or you put heavy cream in your coffee.
Heavy whipping cream?
I do, yeah.
Can you do that?
Heavy cream, yeah, absolutely. Heavy whipping cream is in a giant jug in my fridge.
Okay.
And I'll drink that.
What about almond milk?
No.
Oh.
Almond milk is listen, let me tell you guys something. Does an almond produce milk?
I have no idea. Buck says they don't have a tit.
Yeah, exactly. Does an oat produce milk?
I don't think
People say, well, no, but it's a process. It's a process. It's a
Okay.
processed food. And almond milk probably wouldn't be bad if you made it yourself. Because you can make your own almond milk, which is like a process of adding water in the almonds and grinding it all up.
I got time for that.
But the problem is the stuff they put in that almond milk to make it taste good and to make it tolerable. I'm going to tell you something. I used to love the way almond milk tasted, but I noticed that every time I drank it, I used to get so sick.
Really?
My stomach would feel like knives were in it. And it's because of all the stuff, there's all the weird stuff they put in it.
So when you say milk, like you're saying
Dairy.
2% or full flavor?
If you're going to drink milk, drink whole milk.
Whole milk, okay.
Only whole milk. So what we want to do is we want to get you fat adaptive. You
Okay.
want to consume fat. You want to be on a high fat, high protein diet.
Okay, so give me your day. Give me your day.
All right, so here's the day. When I get up in the morning, I don't eat for about an hour. That's my personal choice. You don't have to follow that. My rule of thumb is this. You eat when you're hungry.
Okay.
If you wake up and you're hungry, eat a meal. Okay? So
Now, what do you eat?
So for breakfast, I eat, I started out, and here's the thing, your diet will change as you go along. You're going to probably start to consume more because you're going to need more, because once you burn the fat in your body's going to go, hey, I don't have a whole lot here to work with anymore, so I need you to put a little more in the tank for me.
Okay.
So I started off eating 4 eggs for breakfast, but now I eat about 5 eggs for breakfast, 6 eggs.
But you're a man.
Yeah.
Will I still eat that? Is that what Kate eats?
Kate eats 1 or 2.
Okay.
If she even eats. She's not a big breakfast eater. She's
Oh.
not generally very hungry in the morning.
Okay.
So I do about 4 or 5 eggs in the morning, and I'll do about a 1/4 pound to a 1/2 pound of sausage with that, like breakfast sausage. And that
Okay.
breakfast sausage comes from my butcher. Be very careful about sausage because it's got a lot of additives to it at the grocery store, like the Jimmy Dean stuff and the prepackaged
okay.
stuff. I would try to find a butcher that'll make it for you. And he doesn't have to put spices in it. You can do it all yourself at home. You can put your own herbs and everything in it. By the way, your Greek seasoning that's so good has sugar in it, so stay away from it.
Okay.
Sugar, and it has flour or something in it. I'm like, why is this in here? I think cornstarch. It's an anti-binder. Make your own. I did it. I took the Greek seasoning and I read it. I was like, oh, I can make this with my own spices. So I took everything off the spice rack, mixed it together. Tasted the exact same.
Okay.
It just doesn't have the sugar or the cornstarch in it.
Okay.
So anyway, I was just diverting around.
That's all right.
That stuff, because that seasoning's
It's
good.
amazing.
It goes good on everything. So eggs and sausage. I try to have eggs with some protein. I'll even, for a long time, I'll go and get Greek yogurt,
Okay.
non-flavored.
Okay.
Plain Greek yogurt is acceptable. Anything with flavoring in it it's going to have sugar in it. So you just want to avoid that.
Right.
And I get this particular brand is 10% fat Greek yogurt. Most Greek yogurt's 4 or 5% fat. I get the whole milk, high fat, 10% Greek yogurt. It's like thick and it's delicious. At first you might go, this is kind of weird, but boy, you'll crave that.
And what do? You put it in your eggs?
No, I'll eat it by itself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll just put it in a bowl and eat it. If I'm needing a little bit more, I think that day. So that's generally most days I just usually eat the eggs and the sausage, but sometimes I'll eat the yogurt too.
Now, do you have to get special eggs?
No.
I mean,
any egg is fine.
Okay.
Okay, so this whole Eggland's Best sort of egg is better than the Kroger brand egg. I buy both, and I've looked at them side by side. They literally look the exact same. You can't tell the difference.
Okay.
And generally speaking, with an egg, the darker the yolk, the more color the yolk has, the more nutrients it has. Oh. That's a good tell. If you ever crack a farm egg from your local egg guy,
yes,
you'll see it's like a real deep, dark, almost reddish orange color. And the stuff from the grocery store is kind of a pale yellow.
Right.
It's because it's all like real quick turnaround. So it's not got as much, if you can get farm eggs, go for it. If you can get a local butcher to butcher your sausage or ground up your own sausage and so you know what's in it, go for it. Do it.
So that was one of my questions. Is this going to be expensive? Because I assume that's going to be more expensive if you go to the butcher and...
You'd be surprised. I mean, my butcher charges $5.99 a pound for the breakfast sausage they make. It's the same price over at the grocery store, sometimes more.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's not that much. You're spending a lot less on, think about it this way. You're not buying all the pasta, the crap, the prepackaged food and all the chips and soda. You're not spending all that money on that. You're basically just buying meat and vegetables and dairy product.
Okay.
So you're going to save money. Yeah. I generally don't eat lunch.
Okay.
That's my personal preference. I'm not hungry in the middle of the day. That breakfast generally keeps me full. If you want to eat lunch, I'd say a salad is fine. No salad dressings. Do a red wine vinegar and olive oil. It's a really good one that I like to do, like really good olive oil and some sprinkle of red wine vinegar on the salad. That's great. Some chicken, maybe throw it on there.
I don't know who I talked to the other day, and they said something about iceberg. Don't eat iceberg, only romaine. Oh, it was Sydney's doctor. We just went to the doctor, and she said, eat romaine. Iceberg is just water.
Yeah, it's just water. It's just filler. So there's nothing to it.
Yeah, there's no nutrients in that. So
yeah, I mean, it's not going to kill you. It's just not going to do anything for you. It's just filler. It's not even going to fill you up. Like you'll eat it and you'll feel full for like 30 minutes. And then after that, you'll be hungry or something again, I suppose. But I snack. I'll get a snack in the middle of the day, usually if I get hungry. And that's usually like a handful of almonds or nuts. Pecans.
What kind of nuts? Oh, pecans?
Pecans are fine. Almonds are fine. Cashews are okay, but be careful with cashews because they do have inflammatory properties. So they could cause you to have
What about sunflower seeds?
If they're not roasted. That's the problem. So the problem is with nuts is you want to get the unroasted nuts and seeds because the big thing with this diet is no more seed oil.
Okay.
And all that stuff is roasted in seed oil. So you want to be very careful about eating sunflower seeds.
You did say something about olive oil. Use that sparingly.
Yeah, the word's not out on olive oil as far as I could tell. It is an omega-6 or whatever fat, and some people kind of say it's the same as vegetable oil. I don't agree with that. Vegetable oil is a processed oil. There's a lot going on there that we could dive into on a different episode, but olive oil is fine. I use it sparingly. I cook in it. I have no problem. I'll toss my broccoli in it with some salt, pepper, and garlic, and then once I dump the broccoli into my toaster or my roaster, I'll actually lick the bowl clean and just lick the olive oil clean. Vinny, he says he does shots of it.
Yeah.
Get good. The thing about olive oil is if you're going to consume it, you got to get good olive oil. Don't buy the cheap Kroger because there's a thing now that these manufacturers can cut olive oil with vegetable oil and say it's 100% olive oil. So again, these people don't care about you. No. It's all about the buck and making the money. And I understand. As a business owner, I get it. But the idea that you call it 100% olive oil, but it's cut with vegetable oil, that's pretty messed up. So you got to make sure you're getting the good stuff. It needs to come usually from Italy or a local farm. I know there's a place in Georgia that grows their own olives and does their own olive oil. So that's just something to look for. It's got to have a stamp of approval that's 100%, pure or great or whatever. And so that's the thing. If you're going to eat olive oil, fine. I tell people to cook more with butter, beef fat,
bacon fat.
Okay. Try to do a little more of that. But by all means, go right ahead.
Now, with the carnivore, I keep hearing that you have to do the same amount of protein and the same amount of fat, like a 1-to-1. Is that what you do with this?
I've not heard that per se. I don't see. That's the thing. Like, I don't really keep track of it.
Okay.
If I want a steak, I eat a steak. If I want some avocado on that steak, I'll slice up some avocado, put it on the steak. I'm not worried about that. No.
So you just cook up whatever you want.
Yeah, and then so like for dinner, it's usually a protein of some sort, chicken, pork, or steak, or red meat, whatever.
Okay.
And then I'll have some vegetables that I usually like to saute. I'll do I like to roast them in my air fryer, just because it's a fast way to toast up some vegetables and it's good. Broccoli, cauliflower, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, those things are fine. Try to on your first 30 days, stay away from carrots, stay away from like really bright colored vegetables because they have sugar in them. After the 30 days, if you don't have a carrot, it's not going to kill you.
Squash
is fine. I eat a lot of spaghetti squash. I substitute my spaghetti noodles with spaghetti squash.
Yes.
I also do a lot of zucchini noodles.
Okay.
So my favorite thing is to do a like Italian grilled chicken, and then I'll slice my zucchini into noodles, and I do like a butter garlic sauce.
Ooh.
And I do like a full stick of butter, big lumps of garlic, salt, pepper it, melt that butter down, stir it up, and then just toss those zucchini noodles in the pan for about just long enough to get them hot.
Really?
And just mix them up, and then pull it right off the heat, serve it with the chicken, and it is going to be, you'll never eat, it's not a noodle. It's not, but it's so good. Like, you don't care it's not a noodle. It's delicious.
Buck won't eat that, but, and that was another question. Butter, do you do salted or unsalted?
I do both.
Oh, it doesn't matter?
I do salted butter. So here's the thing.
Okay.
So one thing I will tell people when you're on NSNG is you're going to want to salt your food.
Okay.
You're going to need to salt your food because your salt intake will decrease because you're not consuming a lot of processed food. So by all means, salt it up, baby.
Okay. What you drink?
I drink mostly water throughout the day. I have my coffee in the morning. Coffee is actually really good for you.
Okay.
Caffeine on the coffee is fine.
Okay.
It's not going to kill you. There's a lot of studies that show there's some really serious health benefits to drinking a cup of coffee in the morning. If you don't like your coffee black and you've got to have something to kind of cut the bitterness down, I recommend heavy cream.
Okay.
Stay away. Half and half is okay, but keep in mind half and half has a little bit more sugar in it because of the milk, whereas the heavy cream is less than, like if you look at a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream to half and half, there's like 2 or 3 grams of sugar in half and half because of the milk. Heavy cream is just the fat of the cream, so it's got less than a gram. It's almost non-existent.
Okay, and is it just 1 cup of coffee?
You can have as much as you want.
Okay, love that.
Yeah, I drink 2 or 3 cups a day.
Okay.
And Vinny will tell you the same thing. If you listen to him, he'll drink coffee up until 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. And he
8:30, I usually have another cup of coffee because it doesn't bother me going to sleep.
No, it doesn't really do it for me either.
Right.
So yeah, by all means.
Now, Buck does not like fish, but I love fish. So is there a certain kind, or does it matter?
Stay away from the farm stuff. Go wild caught salmon if you can get it.
I'm a salmon fan.
Anything wild caught, trout.
Okay.
Cod.
Shrimp.
Shrimp's great.
Okay.
Shrimp's good. Crab's good.
Okay. But not imitation crab, right?
Well, imitation crab is just a fish that tastes like crab.
Okay.
So as long as it's just that fish that they use to make it, it's probably fine.
Tilapia.
Tilapia's good.
Okay, good.
Fish is great. I mean, you should eat. I mean, people should probably consume more fish than we do. It's really healthy for you. It's got the fat. It's got the what is it? The
omega something.
The omega stuff for your joints and everything. It's good for you. Just try to stay away from the farm stuff. Try to get the wild caught, whatever it is you're going to eat. And as far as like seafood's concerned, crab legs with a cup of butter, like the ghee, the clarified butter. Oh my God.
Now what is it? Yeah, what is ghee? I keep
It's just clarified butter. So if you ever melt butter, you'll see like it's got that kind of white stuff on the top. Yeah. That's the fat.
Yeah.
You can actually make your own. You just get a big block of butter, take a bunch of steaks, melt it in a pot, and then all you do is you scoop off the top of that white stuff floating at the top, which I think is the cream or the fat. I don't know what it is. You scoop that off and just discard it, and you'll have this clear butter.
Ooh.
And it's so good. Be very careful if you go to places like Red Lobster. Mm-hmm. They don't use real butter.
Oh my gosh.
So the butter you dip your crab in is not butter. It's imitation butter. It's a vegetable oil. So be very careful about that because you will swell up like a balloon and hate your life.
Yeah. And you even feel sometimes when you go places like that, you said you don't feel disgusting. Like after you have your meal, you feel good.
You ever ate at Longhorn and had like a big juicy steak and then you left feeling pretty good?
Yeah.
And then you went to like Mexican and had like a crazy taco and then you left there feeling like you wanted to kill yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a reason.
Okay. So that was another question. Can you eat out?
Yeah.
And what do you eat when you eat out?
So I like to be, I'm actually very bullish on the carnivore diet when I eat out. So I focus heavily on the protein. Some restaurants, you're going to have a hard time. Like Mexican restaurants are tough because let's face it, most Mexican food is got corn in it. It's going to have some carbohydrate in it. It's, but what I generally like to do if I go to a Mexican restaurant is I get a steak. They'll put their Mexican spices on. It's pretty good, and have them slice up either put some guacamole or avocado on that. And that's what I eat. I will say that Mexican restaurants, and I'm just pointing it out because my wife loves Mexican. We eat there quite a bit. It's not as good as it used to be for me. It's not as fulfilling because a lot of what you can eat there, you can't. And a lot of their food's cooked in a lot of vegetable oil, so you got to be really careful. But you can eat out. I would just say you just treat it like you're eating at home. You look at the menu and go, well, what can I have? Well, you can have vegetables. You can have meat. Stay away from the chips. Stay away from the French fries.
Have a salad with steak or something or chicken.
If you're going to have a salad out in town, go with something that's going to, this is a thing. Salad dressings it's a lose-lose. Because if it's a vinaigrette, you think, oh, it's just a vinaigrette. Well, they probably put some sweetener in that, especially if they don't make it themselves. You're going to lose-lose. Just, go light on it.
Or do you even have to have any dressing? I mean,
if you're fine with a dry salad, by all means. But on the first 30 days, don't go, just don't have it.
Stay away from it.
Stay away from it. Just avoid the salad. The salad's not going to do you any good anyway. It's just filler anyway. It's not, you're not going to, you can eat just that little house salad they give you, take the croutons off and eat it. It's not going to fill you up. It's not going to give you, most of that's iceberg lettuce in there too.
Right.
So, there's first 30 days, avoid it. And then after that, if you're out to eat, and you just want to have some ranch on it, just go for it. Because at the end of the day, all their dressings are probably going to have the sugar in it. Just go very sparingly with it. Go very light. That's why I tell Kate, I'm like, just don't flood your salad with it. You should be fine.
My fork and just stick it in there and then do it.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's another one of my questions is, am I going to be starving on this or am I going to feel full?
One of the biggest things that I love to hear from my wife is how fulfilled she feels on this diet. And my wife's like you. She's done the other diets. She's big, bullish on Weight Watchers. And she loves that program. But even she admits that she felt like at times she was kind of hungry or starving herself or just felt like she was neglecting. You don't feel that way on this. And that's the beauty of it. Like, and Vinny makes a great point, which is like, everybody can relate to this. You're at a party, let's say a Super Bowl party, and there's a bowl of Doritos there. You can eat that bowl of Doritos, the whole bowl, like it's a bag of chips. And you can eat it, crush it, no problem. And then what's going to happen? You're going to be looking for the next thing to eat, right?
Right.
You're like, I'm not full. I'm not satisfied. I'm going to the trail mix next. You eat a big porterhouse steak. And let's say the restaurant, he uses this example. I'm stealing it from him. He says, so you get fed a big tomahawk steak. He uses tomahawk. I'm not rich enough to afford a tomahawk steak. You get a porterhouse steak, you eat that thing. Let's say it's a big 1.5 inch steak, just juicy. You eat that. If the server brings you out another one, you're probably going to go, well, I don't know if I can eat that. Because that is an actual fulfilling food. Like your body's going to produce the hormone that says, that's good. I'm done. Don't need anything else. And it's going to, your body's going to quickly convert that into energy. You're going to feel great. You're going to leave that restaurant probably feeling better than you did when you got there. Or your house.
Right.
I can't tell you, like I've had dinner, I'll cook dinner for Kate and I'll be dragging, like it's the end of the day and like, I don't feel like cooking. I'm tired. And I'll just like make something on the grill, chicken or steak. And then immediately after I eat, I'm like, okay, well, I need to go do something. Cause it's like, you get that little burst.
Yeah.
So that's what you will be very fulfilled. You are not going to be starving on this diet.
Okay.
You're restricting things. So people think, oh, I'm going to be so hungry. I'm going to feel neglected. And my overall happiness in life is going to be decreased. The quality of life is going to go down. No, your quality of life is going to go up. You're going to feel better. And that's another thing that people need to realize is this is beyond just weight loss. The diets you're doing for Weight Watchers and the prepackaged meals, those are to get you to lose weight. Those are not designed to get you to feel better. They're not going to fix your problems. They're going to have you lose weight and you're going to, oh, look at me. But the inflammation, the arthritis, the digestional issues, the fatty liver disease, the type 2 diabetes, NSNG Doing NSNG can reverse type 2 diabetes.
Wow.
It'll cure your fatty liver disease. It's been known to prevent cancer. It may not cure it, but it can be preventative. Vinny talks about that all the time. He had leukemia.
Yeah, I heard that in his podcast the other day.
He had leukemia, and they got it into remission. And the doctor said it's going to come back in about 6 years. Just so you know, we're going to have to come back and revisit this chemotherapy in about 6 years, just giving you a heads up. Well, I don't know if it was the same doctor, but another doctor told him too, like, you need to not eat sugar because cancer loves sugar. It feeds off of it. He said, okay. So he started adapting the stricter version of what we know as NSNG today. And I think he's been in remission, no cancer, for going on 15 years or something.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding.
Never come back.
Wow.
And you know what's funny about that is he tells you, he's like, they don't care. Nobody asks me, what am I doing? Mm-hmm. They've all told me, like, it's coming back in 6 years. Just get ready. The sky's falling. But the moment it doesn't, 10 years later, no doctor's like, can we study you? Like,
right.
Can we sit down and talk about what you're doing? Because this is profound. Like, no, that blows my mind.
They don't want to cure cancer. They can.
They can.
They don't want to.
No. Well, they know what will prevent it.
Right.
And we know that diet's a huge deal. Mm-hmm. And they just don't. They don't want to hear it.
Right.
Too much money in the pot.
Yeah, exactly. So do I need to get blood work done first? Should I?
No.
It's not really a big deal. As long as I feel good and start. Now, did you start? I'm a result person. Mm-hmm. So I want to see results right away.
Yeah.
Will you? I mean, you said Kate has lost, what, 15?
Yeah.
Yeah. So did she do that right away? She saw it? Or was it within the 30 days?
It was within the 30 days.
Okay.
But the thing about it is, so your body's going to start burning the fat generally around the liver first.
Okay.
Inside your organs and around your liver. So for that first week or two, you may lose some weight.
Okay.
You might lose a couple pounds, but you don't really look different. Mm-hmm. But that's because it's taken down and it's going to get rid of that fat first, and then it's going to start shedding the other stuff. Okay. So it takes some time. That's kind of why I like people to do it for 60 days. Sure. Because sometimes, like, some people's metabolisms are just slower and it takes a lot more time.
Right.
30 days will cut the cravings and it'll get you in the right mindset and get you close to being fat adaptive. But if you really want to see the results, really, because like even like for Kate, she'll benefit from doing 60 more than 30. That just do it for a little bit longer. But the thing about Kate, like, she immediately started looking so much better because the swelling went down.
Really?
When you cut out the inflammatory foods, those carbohydrates and the sugar, that puffiness you have, you don't realize just how puffy you are. And so I asked her, I was like, Kate, you look like you've lost a lot of weight. You look really good. She goes, really? You think so? She's like, I haven't lost that much. This was before she told me the 15. This was like, she's like, I've only lost like 5 pounds. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no, it's the inflammation. Mm-hmm. It's that poofiness. It's all coming down. And even she said, she told me yesterday we were going to the Best Buy to get some stuff. She's like, I got to get new shoes. These shoes don't fit me anymore because my feet are no longer all puffed up.
You're kidding.
And I can't adjust them anymore.
Oh my gosh.
To fit. And I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, that is.
And that's what this is about. This is not about, like, weight loss is a thing. Yes. But this is also about your overall health. This is about preventative measures. This is about making you feel better, get your energy back up, prevent cancer, prevent the fatty liver disease. And, you know, again, like I told Kate, because she goes, well, do I have to be strict like this for the rest of my life?
Right.
And I'm like,
that was another question.
No. I mean, Vinny has a catchphrase that I love. It's called put life into living, which means go out and enjoy something every once in a while. It's not going to kill you to have. He's like, he even says it too. Like, if you want to have a beer on a weekend, it's not going to be a big deal. He goes, the problem is when you have 3 or 4 beers or 5 beers, or it turns into a case. He goes, most people can't just go out and have 1 or 2. It's after. Yeah, I know. I'm the same way. So, you know, yeah, you can just understand though. The beauty of it is by the time you get off of being heavily restrictive and you start to, you'll know, like, I know what this cookie is going to do to me. Because when you go back to eating that cookie after not having sweets for 60 days, you're going to feel it. You're going to know it. You're going to go, oh, wow. I can tell I just ate this and I can feel something happening.
Right.
And so you'll know, and you'll probably be less likely or inclined to want to do it.
Yeah. And
that's okay. Because again, it's not about, you're not hurting yourself. You're going to be happy not to do it. It's like Vinny says, he's like, yeah, I have been strict NSNG since my cancer's been in remission. He's like, I really never eat sweets ever. He goes, holidays are the only time he ever splurges. And so he's like, people go, well, that's just horrible. You're just missing out. And he goes, yeah, well, also living with cancer is horrible.
Oh,
true. You know, I'd rather live a cancer-free life than have cake. You know,
right.
Sometimes it's like, he's like, I hate to tell you this, folks, but often, you know, we get dealt a hand in life and you can sit here and whine and cry about it. But if you're a type 2 diabetic and you've had cancer, guess what? Maybe you don't get to eat the cake like everybody else does anymore.
Right.
And it sucks.
You make your choice.
But you got to make a choice.
Yeah.
Do you want to live? And that's what this is about. A lot of people tell me like, oh, I couldn't do that diet. And I'm like, that's fine. Yeah. Have a nice day.
Right. I think we even had that conversation. You're like, okay, fine, whatever.
I told Kate, because when I started this diet in November, Kate wanted nothing to do with it. And I was like, that's fine. Mm-hmm. In my mind, I'm like, I hope this works out really well for me. And then she'll want to do it too.
Right.
Because I think it's going to really help our overall health. People have to get to a point in their life where they say enough is enough. And that's what this is. People go, that's so crazy. Like, how can you do that? It's like, because I got to a point where I said, I don't want to be like this anymore. I saw the pictures of Kate and I look at all the old photos of me. Kate would go, golly, Dave, you were so fat. I'm like, I know. Not only was I fat, I didn't feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so now that I've got the weight off, I want to start exercising again. I'm going to start going on, start running and start working out, because you don't have to exercise on this diet, folks. But what you have to understand is, because exercise is the worst way to lose weight. You're never going to lose weight on exercise. I mean, you'll lose a little bit, but it's very difficult. Exercise is the fountain of youth. That's what keeps you young and moving. And keeps your joints healthy and everything. So you still want to do some level of exercise. You don't got to go be a bodybuilder. Go for a walk. Mm-hmm. I think walking is the best thing you can possibly do.
Oh gosh, yes.
People don't realize it. Go to the park. Go for a nice little walk. Get your heart rate up. You're moving the body around. You'll be surprised at what that'll do for you.
Okay. Now, does Vinny have something, or do you have to take supplements or anything like that? Like,
you don't.
Okay.
I do. I take a multivitamin.
Oh, okay. But that's all. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I take a multivitamin. There's the Carnivore Code guy has a beef liver supplement that I'm going to be starting to try here soon. I'm not going to recommend it until I try it. But I've heard my chiropractor takes it. He swears by it. It's so people kind of get grossed out by organ meat.
Yes.
And that's fine. Fair enough. It does have a taste to it, but you know, there used to be a time in this world where we ate the organ meat. In fact, the organ meat was given to the elders of a tribe. Like it was considered the best meat.
Right.
The meat that we eat today, like the steaks and the stuff off the leg, that's actually considered like dog food. That was the stuff that was given to the lower end of the tribe of the folks, because it has the lesser nutrients. So I know liver, you think, I don't want to eat liver, David. This is ridiculous. It's like, you don't have to eat liver, but they do make a supplement. This guy he created it because he knows that some people don't want the taste, or they can't source a good source of liver and heart and everything. So you take this and it has the same properties. And, you know, my chiropractor, he makes a liver pate. He just grinds the liver up and puts a little olive oil and lemon juice in it. And he'll just eat it plain. He'll like take a piece of cheese or a piece of like meat and dip it and eat it. He's like, it's like you just drank 4 espressos immediately.
Really?
He says because of all the nutrients in the liver, he's like, it's like you just drank 4 espressos without the crash. He's like, you just pep right up. It's crazy.
See, now I cannot stand liver. The rest of my family loves liver.
I've never had it. I want to try it, but I'm kind of apprehensive to try it. I don't know, because I just don't want to spend the money and hate it.
I agree. But I love liverwurst.
Really?
Isn't that weird?
It is weird.
So, but I don't know. I bet liverwurst is processed. Probably. So I kind of don't want to.
Can you make your own? What is liverwurst? What is in it? Is it just ground up liver and stuff?
I guess it is. I don't even know. I mean, we had it when we were kids and I kind of liked it, but.
I've been trying, like they had ground up cow heart at my butcher shop, and I was so tempted to buy it. But the problem was it was like a big giant bag of it. It was like $15. And I was like, no, because what I was going to do, I was going to mix it in with my pork sausage and eat it in the morning.
Right.
And I was like, no, I don't want to buy $15 worth of beef heart. And then it's like, I really just can't stomach eating it. So I've got to do it. I want to do it. I've been wanting to do it. Kate thinks I'm crazy, but I've heard a lot of doctors say if you eat liver, it's better than any multivitamin you can take.
Can you have onions on this?
Yeah, onions are fine.
Well, then make liver and onions.
Yeah.
My family loves that, and I don't. So you really don't have snacks? Can I have sugar-free gum? I'm a gumaholic.
Yeah, I would be careful with sugar-free gum. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Sugar-free gum has the sweetener in it.
Yeah.
But it's not really like you're ingesting it. I would say for the first 30 days,
just
try not to do it. Try to stay off, because I'm not too familiar with the diet. Like, what goes on when you chew gum? Does it still get absorbed in the system?
Yeah.
Is there even enough in there to really matter? Probably not, because it's gum.
But let's just be safe.
Yeah, I mean, like Bubblicious gum's probably got a ton of sugar in it, so maybe that would have an effect.
Right.
But sugar-free gum, probably not so much. But if you eat a lot of it, it may end up having an effect.
I do. I probably eat 10 pieces a day.
Yeah, and I would say let's try to stay away from it, because here's the thing: you put something sweet on your mouth, it may not help your cravings.
And your insulin supposedly goes up.
It could, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing, like, we don't want you to have, we want to kick the cravings most of all in those first 2 weeks, the 30 days. So if you're putting something sweet in your mouth, just in your brain, it may just be triggering the thing in your brain going, ooh, sweet. I want more sweet, baby. Keep sending it. And so the gum actually it may not actually have a physical effect, but it could have a mental effect. And we don't want that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's good. Any other side effects? Do you have headaches, or is that kind of that keto flu thing you're talking about?
Yeah, maybe during the keto flu you may have headaches in the first couple of weeks, just because your body wants certain things, it's not getting it. But for the most part, I didn't have any of that. And the biggest side effect you're going to have is you're going to lose a lot of weight, and you're going to have to eat more.
That's a great side effect.
Oh, you mean I got to eat more on a diet? That sounds strange. Yeah, you're going to have to eat more. No, you really will. Like, you're gonna get to a point. Like, there was a point when I told Buck about this. I started getting tired in the middle of the day, and I couldn't figure out why. I was kind of dragging on this, and I'm like, what's wrong with me?
Oh, on the diet you were doing that?
Yeah, I was dragging. So this was about 2 or 3 months into it. This would have been January or February. I've already lost quite a bit of weight. I'm like, man, I'm dragging. Well, so what I decided to do was increase my intake of fat. So what I did is I had the Greek yogurt, fatty Greek yogurt. I went and got the fattier version of the Greek yogurt. Instead of the 4% whole milk, I got 10%.
Okay.
And I increased my egg count and my beef. Instead of using a little sliver of sausage that I would normally use, I increased it to a bigger portion, and all that went away.
Because you added more fat, which you might...
My body needed more fat.
Yeah.
So that's a self-diagnosis. You're going to go through those things where you go, why do I feel like this? Is it something I ate, or am I not getting enough fat? And that's how I knew, like, oh, I'm fat adaptive now. My body's like, hey, you're fat adaptive, and there's not a whole lot going on here anymore on your body because you're skinny and there's not much for us to have, so we're kind of dragging. Can you fill the tank up? Yeah. Okay, I'll just eat more, and I'll just have a bigger breakfast. No problem. I'll eat 2 pork chops instead of 1 pork chop for dinner.
Wow.
And I do that.
And does it matter bone like chicken breast? Does it matter? Should you have the chicken leg, which I don't like dark meat, but should you have that, or does it matter? It just doesn't matter. I mean,
it doesn't matter. If you don't like dark meat, then don't eat dark meat. Eat the white meat.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
No, it doesn't matter.
Now, do you put fat on, like with the chicken? Do you put it, cook it in butter? I mean,
I cook everything. I generally cook everything if I'm on the oven, it's in butter.
Okay.
Or some sort of fat. Like sometimes I'll keep bacon fat if I cook bacon, I'll capture the fat and keep it.
Garlic?
Garlic's great. I cook with garlic every day.
Good. Okay.
No, you're not going to lose out on flavor. You can ask Kate, like my steaks and my pork and everything is just banging.
I need recipes. You told me something about a cauliflower cream something or other.
This is my favorite thing to make. And if, I will say the carnivore code guys out there are probably screaming, and they have every right to, because it's cauliflower and it may cause you might go, oh man, that was pretty like fibrous. But, all I do is I basically steam cook cauliflower, kind of like you would make mashed potatoes. You just put a little water in the pan, put your cauliflower in there, let it cook down, and then I put it in a food processor and I process it, like whip it up real good till it's really thin. I add heavy whipping cream, butter, salt, pepper, and you can add any spices you want if you want to. But people go, well, that sounds like mashed potatoes. It's creamy. It's not mashed potatoes, because mashed potatoes kind of like a thickness to it. This is really like creamy, almost like a sauce.
I was going to say, is it like a soup?
It's almost like that, yeah. And so what I'll do then is I'll mix the butter, the heavy cream, it's all in there. And then I put it a little bit on the plate, and I take my grilled chicken, or I've done it with pork too. You just put it right on top of it.
Oh. And
let the juices of the pork and everything run down into that, and you just cut it up and eat it all together. And it's that texture of that creaminess, and you get the flavor of the heavy cream and the butter. I'm telling you, you will it'll blow your mind. And you're going to go, am I allowed to have this? This has like heavy cream and butter and everything. This has to be bad. No, it's good.
That again, where you have to get your mindset totally different than what you're used to.
Mm-hmm. And it's easy to make. You only need one head of cauliflower. You can do 2 heads if you got a big family to feed, but 1 head will do you. It's easy to make. Yep.
I'm the only one that eats cauliflower around here.
That might change.
Very, very picky family.
Yeah, and I've dealt with this with other people who have kind of criticized the diet, and I had someone tell me that they just have to have their fruit, and they don't like the taste of meat, so they don't want to eat meat. It's like, I can't help you there.
Right.
Yeah, there's nothing
you have to make your own decision.
Yeah, it's like, listen, if you want to eat fruit, eat fruit. I'm not here to tell you what to do. And if you don't like the taste of meat, well, I don't know what to tell you, because maybe you need to cook it differently. Maybe you could try seasoning it differently, because a lot of people, I'm not going to name names, but there are people in my life who have cooked steak who do not do a good job cooking steak. If my father-in-law listens to this, it's not you, so don't freak out. He makes a good steak, but there are people who just don't. And like, I remember growing up hating pork chops. Because they were always just tough and dry and bland. I hated when we had pork chops. And then I found out, like, they were cooking it wrong. They were overcooking it. They weren't seasoning it very well. So I learned how to cook pork chops. And Kate will tell you, she's like, I crave your pork chops. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, because I finally figured out, like, there's a right way to do this. And so I love them. Well,
we used to cook all our pork chops on the Foreman grill, which drains that fat down. But I've been cooking on the cooktop because I'm not a fantastic cook, but I do cook. And Buck says, oh my gosh, they're so much better when you cook them on the cooktop. And I'm like,
I know. When Buck told me he cooked his steaks on the George Foreman, I was like, and they taste good? And he goes, yeah, it's really good. I'm like, they do? Because here's the thing, guys, fat is flavor. That's why you want to get a good marbled steak. If you get a steak that, like, grass-fed steak is good for you, it's good, but it doesn't have as much flavor as the grain the grain finished steak cow, because it's going to have less fat. Now you can counter that by cooking it in a little bit of butter and stuff like that, which is what a lot of chefs will do. But yeah, when he told me the George Foreman thing, I'm like, I trust you, brother. But we had one when I was growing up, and my sister cooked burgers on a George Foreman, and that was the only time we ever had burgers on a George Foreman, because they were the driest, nastiest tasting thing I've ever had.
She may have overcooked them.
She probably did.
Yeah, but he likes steak well. He's very weird.
Well, here's the thing: if I cook you a well done steak and an egg, you'd probably like it.
Really?
Because the big, people think well done is dry and tough, but a well done steak isn't dry if you do it right.
Oh,
it'll be good.
It's dry to me.
Well, I mean, it'll be drier than the medium rare for sure, but it won't be like a shoe unless you cook it that way. So it's just, the fat is good. You want that fat.
I told him, I said, we're going to commit at least 30 days, but I may commit to 60.
Try it.
Yeah.
Well, do 30.
Right. See how
Baby steps.
Yeah.
And you'll find out once you've done that 30, that next 30 is actually no problem.
I'm sure.
Because 60 days sounds like an eternity for people. 30 days is like, I can do a month.
Yeah.
What's a month? And some people say, no, I can't possibly give up my sweets or my fruit or my pastas for 30 days. I'm like, it's 30 days of your entire life.
Right.
Think about what you might be. Think about, like, what do you have to lose? Some weight.
Right.
Think about how you could feel. 30 days. It's 30 days out of an entire lifetime that you're going to cut something out and you're telling me you can't do it. Think about how that sounds.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I know.
Again, I'm not telling you what to do, but you sound like an addict.
I am an addict.
When you tell me you can't do something for 30 days. You don't let me finish.
I am an addict. So let me ask you, are you still losing weight now, or are you?
I've kind of peaked at 168 pounds.
Okay.
Which is good, because I lost more weight on this diet than I ever thought I would. I was just wanting to get down to 190, thinking, yeah, that's fine. I'm 30 years old, 190 pounds, 6'3". Come on, Well, it just kept going off and going on. I couldn't believe it. And now, 168 is where I've kind of peaked at. Wow. And then I'll fluctuate from like 168 to 171. It kind of goes back and forth. And I think it just depends on my water weight, like how much water I'm retaining. But yeah, that's about as low as I've gotten, and that's as low as I really want to get. Yeah. I don't want to go below that, because I like where I'm at, and I don't want to lose too much more weight.
So how do you prevent from not losing more weight?
Well, the only thing I do is I just eat. I don't work, and that's another thing too. You guys have to remember with NSNG, you don't count calories. Calories don't matter.
Okay.
Don't worry about calories. Don't even just put a black marker across that on your nutritional board. And I don't count points or anything like that. If I'm hungry, I eat. I listen to my body.
Okay.
If it's 2:00 in the afternoon and I happen to feel hungry, I'll go, okay, maybe I'm thirsty. I'll go have a glass of water or something and see if that helps. If it doesn't, I'm still hungry. I'll go have like a spoonful of almond butter. I like making, I'll get almond butter and I'll eat that. Almond butter is great. Just be careful. Some of it has vegetable oil in it. Try to get the healthier kind without that in it. Just the plain almond butter. I'll have a spoonful of that or something. And it usually holds me over and I'm good. I eat. If I'm hungry, I eat. I eat as much as I want. Like I said, I'll have 2 pork chops for dinner. If I eat a pork chop and I'll have my sides of vegetables or whatever, if I'm still hungry, I go have the other pork chop.
Okay.
And you don't need to feel bad about it.
Like in the afternoon, I love cheese. So is full fat cheese?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. It's, I think he says try to stay around the harder cheeses. I think, but it doesn't matter. Cheeses, just eat the cheese. Yeah. We used to keep Baby Bells in the fridge. We'll eat those.
Okay.
I'll take a Baby Bell and open it up and I'll put a little olive oil in a dish with some salt and pepper and I'll dip that white Baby Bella cheese in the olive oil and salt and pepper and eat it. It's the best thing you'll ever eat.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, that really, you'd be surprised, like that little piece of cheese in that olive oil, really, if you feel hungry, it kicks it quick.
I know.
There's really nothing there. So it's like, wow, I didn't really eat that much, but now I feel fulfilled. So
That's good.
Because you're fat adaptive.
Well, you'll have to have me back on.
You got any more questions? Because I don't even think.
No, we've kind of covered everything.
Okay, good.
Snacks. Alcohol. I told Buck, I said, I think you could probably you mentioned whiskey and vodka. And then you mentioned that I can have olives. So that's just an open invitation for me to have my dirty martinis.
Absolutely. Now, listen, alcohol's not good for you.
I know.
Everybody's, can I have alcohol? Yeah, you can have hard liquors on this diet because there's no sugar in it, but just keep in mind, like, it's still alcohol. So just don't be an alcoholic, But yeah, if you want a glass of a dirty martini, by all means.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I like
in moderation. Everything's in moderation.
Sure. Yeah. And I like my bourbon, and I drink a little glass of bourbon at night sometimes when I'm watching TV with the wife, and I enjoy that. That's my jam.
Good. You answered all my questions.
Well, good. I'm glad. And that's actually really good because we're at the 125 minutes, so we did good.
Oh, already? Wow.
Kate was like, "You're going to be on that doing this podcast for 3 hours." I'm like, "No, I'm not." I was like, I got my time. I can watch. I can see what we're doing. Well, I hope that answers your question.
You did. I'm excited.
You should be. It's going to be an experience. And here's the thing. I tell other people this. If you want to do it and Buck doesn't want to do it, that's okay. Don't force him. I said the same thing to my dad. I was like, Dad, don't force everyone in your house to do this because he wanted to do it. And Sheree, my stepmom, she didn't want to do it. She was very much against it. I said, that's fine. Just let her do her thing.
Right.
Because what will end up happening, hopefully, is when they start to see the results for you and how well it's working for you in your life, then they'll want to do it. That's kind of what happened in my house. That's what I hedged my bet on. I didn't push this on Kate in November. Right. I was like, I'm just going to do it. And if it works out, maybe she'll say, And it did. She looked at me at a photo shoot and she goes, I was checking you out. She's like, you looked good. So next thing I know, what is she doing? She's asking me about the diet. She's asking questions. And I would answer the questions. I wouldn't push it. Wouldn't even offer her to do it. Just answered her questions.
Yeah.
And that's the best you can do for everyone in your house.
Well, and that's what you did for us. I mean, Buck's watched you lose the weight and everything as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. I mean, if he's serious about it, by all means. So yeah, 30 days, no sugar, no grain, no fruit, no carbohydrates, guys. Keep them out, and then you'll feel just amazingly better. I can't say enough about it.
Well, we are celebrating 20 years in October, so I can't wait to
splurge.
No, feel healthy, feel good, kind of get maybe back to the weight we were 20 years ago.
You would be surprised.
Yeah.
None of my clothes, like, it's funny. I have old stuff from the Marine Corps, like all my old PT gear.
Right.
I put one of those shorts on yesterday because I just wanted to put some shorts on to walk around the house, and they didn't fit. They were falling off of me.
Wow.
And I was like, dang. And that's like, you said about Sydney, can she do it? And I was like, I wish I had known about this diet when I was in the Marine Corps, let alone when I was playing varsity hockey,
Right.
I would have been in just so much better health and shape. I would have been phenomenal. It's crazy. Like, I wish I had known what I know now back then. It would have been a whole different world for me. So
maybe once we start doing this and she starts seeing what we're doing, maybe that, but it is hard for kids. Kids are just.
Well, cook her, if you're cooking her meals, she's got to eat whatever you prepare.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't eat, well, then she doesn't eat.
Well, she makes her own if she doesn't eat with us.
Oh, for crying out loud. This is a new world we live in. My mother would have, if I told my mom, I'm not eating what you made, I'm just going to go cook something for myself, she would have slapped me upside the head and said, the hell you are.
Right. Funny story. My mom, we used to have to clear our plates when we were kids, because that's what everybody had to do because they're starving kids in Africa.
Yes.
So my family would do liver and onions, and I hated liver. So I would sit there. I'd be there till 8:00 at night before I had to go to bed, to get ready for school. And I would still be sitting there. I tried milk, chewing it up with milk. I mean, I just don't like liver, but the rest of my family loves it.
Is it the taste that you don't like? Is it got like a flavor, or is it just because it's liver and you're like, ugh, liver?
No, I think it could be the taste, but it kind of is a texture thing too. And I'm not a texture person. I love everything, but yeah, it's probably more the taste to me. I don't even like chicken livers. My sister has to make a special gravy because she'll put chicken livers in the gravy at Thanksgiving, and I have to have my own.
My chiropractor let me try some liver.
His pate?
No, he got this. He gets this, it's like a jerky, but it's not. It's like a really thin chip. It's crisp, but it's liver crisps. So you're fine. It's thin pieces of crisp liver that they put some spices on and they dry it out like jerky, but it's really thin, crisp. He's like, try this. It's really good. It's liver. And I ate it and I'm like, that tastes really good. Like, it had a little gaminess to it, but it was good. I'm like, if that's what liver tastes like, I can handle that.
Yeah, maybe that's gamey. Because I don't like duck, because that's very gamey.
Oh, I had a turducken once. It was so good.
Really?
Turkey with duck and, what is it?
A turducken?
Chicken, turkey, and duck or whatever, all stuffed into one. It's the most American thing anyone can make. It's like, the turkey's not enough. Let's stuff the two birds in there. Gosh. So, well, good. Let's do a follow-up. Okay. We should do a follow-up in 30 days and see how you're doing.
Sounds good.
I'd like that.
I'd like that too. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Thanks for answering all my questions, too.
Absolutely. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all being here today and joining us on The Rant with David King. I hope this was an informative podcast for you. If you have questions or concerns, you can always email me at davidking.therant@gmail.com or hit me up on Facebook, social media. And until next time, have a great day.